quiero hacértelo. La luna yo te bajaré, mi corazón te lo daré. Conmigo vas a enloquecer. Yo quiero estar contigo. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Oye, él no te quiere, no sabe cuidarte. Oye, yo tengo un mundo para darte. Yo solo quiero cuidarte. Oye, mueve la cintura. Oye, que seas mía toda la vida. Solo eso quiero.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Makodi will bring you sports moments of your life, and I am Benny Kuji. Welcome to the show, and it's always been a busy one when it comes to the sporting world. There is no time that you won't have something to talk about sports. So there are a lot of things to talk about in the sports world right now. And this week, we are returning to club football. When I say club football, I mean I meant going back to the league after playing the Champions League during the week midweek. Now it's time for the league. A lot of games already taking place. A lot of games played already, and some will still be played later on today. And then I don't know where to start. Let's start with Chelsea. Okay, despite the fact that Chelsea just signed a new deal, that is a new sponsorship deal with an AI firm, and yes, that will be big money for Chelsea. For some time now, they've been playing. If you look at their jersey, there is no sponsorship. There's no sponsors on that jersey, and for some time now, a lot of people have been asking. But finally, Chelsea has a sponsor with an AI firm. That is one very, very new latest news. If you watch today's game, you see that sponsors on their jersey. And today, despite the fact that Chelsea signed that deal, Chelsea just keep dropping points left, right, center, backward, forward, and everywhere they go. That is how Chelsea have been dropping points. In today's game, they also have dropped points. A lot of people will say we're not talking about Chelsea. We are only focusing about Arsenal. But Arsenal are the champions to be. Yes, that is why we always talk about Arsenal. For me, Chelsea this season, they are just a group of young players that maybe it would take time before we start hearing of this Chelsea side. And I hope they will be able to break through to that top four. Yes. Other news also, I think one of the most important things to talk about today is Kun Aguero. A lot of talks going on about Pep Guardiola leaving the season. At the end of the season, that Pep Guardiola will eventually leave Manchester City. But people are saying that if Pep Guardiola leaves, maybe the same thing that happened to Manchester United may happen to Manchester City. These two clubs in the same city. The same thing will eventually happen to them. But Kun Aguero is coming out and saying that cannot be. That the club he played for, they are serious. They are very, very serious. But let's not go into all of that. Let's bring you up to speed with the latest sport news around the world, and then we'll come back to talk about that. Okay, Floyd Mayweather has confirmed he is coming out of retirement to resume professional boxing following his upcoming exhibition bout with Mike Tyson. The 48-year-old boxing legend announced on Friday. Mayweather, who retired unbeaten in 2017 with a perfect 50-0 record, has remained active in exhibition fights since then. The first professional fight is tentatively scheduled for this summer with the opponent yet to be announced. Further details are expected to be revealed in the coming weeks. Africa champion, the Tigress, will face NWBA powerhouse Minnesota Lynx in a preseason game at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City on Monday, April 27. The games, which tips off at 7 p.m. local time, is being hosted by Pro Hopes Sport and Event and marks the first WNBA game in Kansas City in 2 decades. The Lynx are one of the most decorated side in WNBA history, having won 4 championships in 2011, 2013, 2015, and 2017. They ended the 2025 season with the best record in the league before failing to the Phoenix Mercury in the semi-finals. And back to our topic of discussion. With Pep Guardiola's contract tickling down, the United ghost is haunting the Etihad. Everyone is asking, when Pep walks, does the blue side of Manchester crumble just like the red side did after Sir Alex? Well, City legend Sergio Aguero says relax, arguing that City isn't just a one-man show. While Sir Alex Ferguson was the manager of everything at United, Aguero points out that City has spent a decade building a system, not just a squad. For Aguero, the tactical philosophy that flows through the academy, the City football group model, is designed to plug and play. The foundations are deep. The foundations are too deep for one exit to trigger a 10-year drought. But let's be real. Replacing a genius is never as seamless as we think. Pep Guardiola is not just a coach, he is a weather maker. So here's the $1 million question. As we head into the summer, if Guardiola says goodbye at the end of the season, will City actually stay in at the summit, or are they destined for the same post-Fergie, the Manchester United fate? That is our question today. If Pep Guardiola ends up leaving at the end of the season, do you see Manchester City crumbling like Manchester United? Remember, 2 teams, the same city, one in the red half, one in the yellow half. And we know how good Pep is. People are saying Pep leaving may not affect the team, but just take a look at that man called Pep Guardiola. Do you think that he will leave and then Manchester City will be the same? That is the question we're asking today on the show. And the numbers to call is 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again, 0903 648 5868. You can also be a part of the show when you comment on our Facebook. The Facebook handle is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. Once you comment, I'll be here to read your comments live. Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening. Can you move away from your radio set? Okay, you're standing too close to your radio set. Please call us back. You're standing, that is the rule. Once you stay too close to your radio set, the system here will definitely cut you off. That is the rule here. So when you want to call us, stay away from radio set. If you're using a speaker phone, please take it off the speaker. You cannot be talking and also listening to yourself on the radio. Okay. That is the question we are asking today. Will Pep Guardiola, that is, if Pep finally eventually leaves Manchester City, will Manchester City fall the way Manchester United fell when Sir Alex Ferguson left? That is the question on the table today. And the number to call, let me just give the number again: 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again: 0903 648 5868. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Benny.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you. This is John Joe Anduna from Yelwata.
Okay, Anduna, you're welcome. Go on.
Thank you. You know, it's all over the big teams, not only Manchester United. It's all over. Look at what is happening in Arsenal. The same thing. When a big coach leave a club, he always affects the club. And if Guardiola leave Man City, it surely affect Man City.
But will it be? Yes, it will affect. But will it be the way it's affected Manchester United? You know, Manchester United is so bad.
It's so bad. It's quite true. It's so bad. It's also, it will happen in Man City. Quite true. And yes, it will happen because it's a decade that Man City so far for a long quite time to get their safe. So when Guardiola comes, he take the club as his owner of the club. You understand?
Yes.
So Guardiola, definitely, if Guardiola leave Man City, in fact, Man City will be down.
Okay, now, all right. Thanks for that one.
Thank you.
Okay. He said, if Guardiola leaves, definitely it's going to affect Manchester City. But Sergio Aguero is not agreeing to that. Hello?
Good evening, Benny Kuji.
Good evening.
This is Ugondemos calling from Savangidaga.
Okay, go on.
Yes. Guardiola is the type of coach that once he leaves your club, you must have problems. Because he has the qualities that not many coaches have. So replacing him is always difficult. So whenever his contract expires and he leaves City, they must face the same problem that United are facing now.
But there are people people like Sergio Aguero is saying that it will not happen because that Man City built a structure. Manchester United focused everything on Sir Alex. That is why it was like that. And remember that Manchester City, even before Pep Guardiola, Roberto Mancini won the league. Pellegrini won the league even before the arrival of Pep Guardiola. So even if he leaves, they will definitely continue. Do you agree with that?
I agree, but I don't agree completely. I don't agree totally. Unless Manchester City go for a quality coach like Guardiola, and to get such a quality coach like Guardiola is hard.
Coaches are hard to come by.
Yes, because there are not many coaches that has the quality Guardiola has. Yes.
Okay, thanks for that one.
Guardiola is a quality coach.
Okay, Pep Guardiola is a quality coach. You don't find this kind of coaches every day. Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Okay, you're welcome to the show.
Yes, good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, my name is Aki Abel from Goma.
Okay.
Bajimba.
Okay, Abel, if Guardiola finally leaves City, do you think that the same thing that happened to United will happen to City?
It will even be a worse situation because if you look at it very well, you will understand that Man City for a time have suffered a lot of setback, and then it was Guardiola who came and raised the team up. So if Guardiola will eventually leave the team, it's like they will be going from grass to grass.
But even before Guardiola came in, they had good coaches that won the league for them. There's Pellegrini, there's Mancini. That they all won the league for them before Guardiola came in.
Sir, looking at the current performances of Coach Guardiola, in fact, Coach Guardiola, as he stands now, he is the best coach.
Mm.
I've never seen a coach that is like that man.
Mm.
So, leaving Man City, he has built the team very well.
Mm.
But leaving Man City, the same thing that happened to Man U, we still repeat.
Okay, thanks
Yes,
for that one.
thank you.
Thanks for that
Yes.
one. The same thing that happened to Manchester United will also happen to Man City. But let's look at it very, very critically now. Apart from the squad size, the institution on its own. Hello,
Hello,
good evening and welcome to the show.
good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Simon Koibo,
Okay,
calling from Naka.
okay, Simon. If Pep Guardiola leaves City, are you saying that the same thing that happened to Manchester United will also happen to City?
Well, if they made the same mistake that Man United did,
Mm.
because Man United did a very big mistake after Alex Ferguson allowed Jose Moyes to become their head coach. And Moyes did not have that quality of handling that kind of a team.
Mm.
So if Man City too, after Guardiola will give the job to a mediocre, then they will fumble.
Okay, look at the list. The three coaches, they are saying that if Guardiola eventually leave, these are the three short lists they have already: Xabi Alonso, Enzo Maresca, and Cesc Fabregas.
Well, among the three, if Maresca will go there, I think he will do better than the other two.
Okay, thanks for that one.
Thank you.
Okay. From his point, he's saying that if Manchester City will do the mistake of picking a coach that is not up to standard, that is where their problem will begin. That is where they'll start having problems. But I'm asking this question. I'm looking at it from two perspectives. Yes, Manchester City, by extension, Guardiola. He knows his squad. He has built a squad before he will finally leave. We don't know if he is leaving. It's just speculations. If he eventually leave, the club, the squad, we know will definitely have problems. But let's talk about the institution. When you look at Manchester United back then, everything about Manchester United back then revolved around Sir Alex. So in the case of Manchester City, I don't think it's like that. That is what people are saying, that they have people that are actually working on the ground that will do the work. Unlike Manchester United during Sir Alex decide the players that are signed. Sir Alex sometimes even travel to talk to those players himself. That's what normally happens. So we're asking if Manchester City eventually let Pep Guardiola go, do you think that same thing that happened to Manchester United will follow them? That is from the red corner, we just cross over to the blue corner. The number to call is 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again, 0903 648 5868. And you can also comment on our Facebook. The Facebook handle is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. Once you comment, I'll be here to read your comments live. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Ken.
Okay, 10. Move away from your radio set.
Yes, I'm calling from Aduke.
Okay. Just move away from your radio set.
I'm very far away, please.
Okay, go on.
So talking about a succession plan is very important.
Yes.
Unlike Man U, I think Man City has to learn from the mistake of Man United.
Yes.
You know, when Sir Alex Ferguson brought David Moyes from Everton, we all knew that it was a seventh finisher. He finished seventh consecutively rather in the league.
Yes.
You understand? So bringing somebody like that will not help matters. Although Pep Guardiola too has some influence over his players. But another coach coming may not have that influence over his players. He's a charismatic coach.
Yes.
I must respect that, just like Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yes.
You understand? So in football, 1 + 1 is not 2. So things can change. You understand? And because the crop of players you see today in City may not be there tomorrow. You understand? So in football is a game that
but do you think that Manchester City they've built an institution, the structure is there that will last them, that even Pep Guardiola is not there, that institution can carry them through?
Well, it all depends. It depends on the management of that institution. If they are technical and strategically viable, they can go on. It depends. Just like the Barca. Barca was back very behind Madrid. But they came up with a plan that they are going to sustain, their lead or whatever in their own league.
Yes.
You understand? That's why today you see Barca is head to head with Madrid.
Okay.
But Madrid had this over the years. Okay?
Yes.
So Barca now has taken after Madrid and they are trying to match up with them.
Yes.
Before now, nobody knew Man City in the Premier League now,
I agree with
nobody
you.
Knew.
Okay, thanks for that one. Thanks for that one.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for that one. Okay. let's just take some time and take the live scores. Then if we have any other time, then we'll pick some calls before we call it a day. In the Premier League already played so far, Aston Villa won, Leeds United won, Brentford lost to Brighton 2-0. Chelsea played a 1-1 draw with Burnley. Currently West Ham taking on Bournemouth, and it's goalless draw. 23 minutes later on, an important game for Manchester City as they host Newcastle. In the Spanish La Liga, Real Sociedad had already played 3-0 with Real Oviedo, and then Real Betis played a 1-1 draw with Vallecano. Then Osasuna played also a goalless draw with Real Madrid. Yes. No, this is currently ongoing. Sorry, that is 22nd minute. Osasuna taking on Real Madrid, and it's goalless at the minute. Later on, Atletico Madrid will host Espanyol. Okay, in the Italian Serie A, Juventus were beaten by Como 2-0. I don't just know what is wrong with Juventus right now. The old ladies of Turin, I don't know what is wrong with them. 2-0 by Comos, and then Lens versus Inter halftime. They're playing a goalless draw. Later on today, Cagliari versus Lazio to take place. And in Germany, Bayern Munich defeated Frankfurt 3-2. What an interesting match. I watched it. Very interesting match. And then FC Cologne played a 2-2 draw with Hoffenheim. And Union Berlin defeated Bayern Leverkusen 1-0. Wolfsburg lost at home to Augsburg, and then RB Leipzig defeated Borussia Dortmund 1-0. Those are the matches for tomorrow. Let's just check some games for tomorrow. Crystal Palace in the Premier League. Crystal Palace will be hosting Wolves, while Liverpool travel to Nottingham to take on Nottingham Forest. Sunderland will be host to Fulham, and then Arsenal will have their hands full with Tottenham that have a new coach. We just see how that one. That will be the game of focus for tomorrow. In Germany, Freiburg will be host to Mönchengladbach, and then St. Pauli versus Werder Bremen. Heidenheim will host Stuttgart. In the Italian Serie A, Genoa will take on Torino, while Atalanta will host Napoli. Parma will be traveling to Milan to take on AC Milan, and then Cremonese will also be traveling to the city of Rome to play AS Roma. Those are the games. Okay, the Spanish La Liga for tomorrow. Itafe we host Sevilla, and Barcelona will be playing at home, and while Levante will come visiting. Celta Vigo will also host Mallorca, while Valencia will travel to face Villarreal. Those are the matches for tomorrow. I think this is the much we can take on the show, but for the game, the Manchester City, Manchester United issue, I think the owners of Manchester City saw what happened to Manchester United. Everybody saw what happened to United, and no club owner want that to repeat itself. And I think Manchester City have taken time to build a structure. I'm talking about structure, the academy and everything. They are top notch. They are one of the best in the world right now. When it comes to everything, Manchester City right now, they are top notch, even ahead of Chelsea. Yes, already they are already lining up coaches: Xabi Alonso, Enzo Maresca, and Fabregas. And when you look at these three coaches, apart from Fabregas, I think the others are big names. Fabregas is also doing very, very well in Comoros. Yes, so I think Manchester City, they are actually planning very well. They say when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I don't think Manchester City are planning to fail. This is the much we can take on the show. I will see you tomorrow. Like I always tell you, God bless your heart. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Oh yeah. Déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oh yeah. Él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Él te jura un falso amor. Es un abusador. Juega con tu corazón. Sabes decir que no. La ilusión, el tiempo ni la razón. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Tu cuerpo y el mío juntitos bailando. Felices gozando. Vas moviendo la cintura, sube la temperatura. Yo te regalo mi universo, ya no lo pienses más. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores.
As King Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Catch us if you can.